What do you think is happening with these emerging markets?
Yeah, these names are the usual suspects. You forgot Indonesia. There's other names.
We just ran out of room on the wall, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. But let's look. It's a 9.5-year global bull market since the financial crisis, right? So that's a pretty long time. As you have a bull market or bear market start at the beginning, it's about perceived corporate earnings. But as it stretches, it's more about crowd psychology. And you have either two ways to go. You can say, I've made a lot of money and I want to stay at this poker table and play on. And I'm willing to try a little bit harder because I made a lot of money. So I'll try something like Tencent. I'll try an emerging market like India. I'll try a frontier market like cryptocurrency. That's one way to go. Or, so that's reallocation, or just plain old fear and I'll get out. And so that's the question is it reallocation because we still have greed, or is it fear? And just looking at the Chinese market, for example, look at 2015. Yes, there was fear, but an incredible V-shaped chart that shows that fear was very temporary.
If you go back to 2000, I think it was 2015 into 2016, some of the Chinese markets lost 40% in 6 months. In other words, it was a bigger slide then than it is now, especially for the Shenzhen index. Do we, I don't want to overly generalize, but do we sort of assume the Chinese investor is the same as the American investor in the way that they think? They're not. The way they trade, the way they invest is very different, is it not?
Yeah, so I think of the Chinese investor in 2015 and now, during times of crisis, just like the relatively novice American or global investor during Y2K. So we just had online trading, Google was just becoming something bigger in the late 90s. The psychology of us then buying essentially crap.com up and down is the same mentality there, except there it's very much, I got to get out of real estate and get into crypto or into the stock market and out. It's very much more tactical. And we need that because the outside investor who is able to get quota to get into Shenzhen or Shanghai, it's a quota that is allowed to you. You can't use that and be a hedge fund manager in or else you might not keep that quota. So you need that local investor's liquidity. Otherwise, you really can't play in China.